Hello, my name is Jake Butler, and today I'll be talking about lacrosse and the specifics of lacrosse. But first of all, before we get into it, let me explain why I chose this topic. First off, I used to play lacrosse in 4th grade, through high school, all the way up through college. It's what helped me get through college as a young student. Also, I've done a lot of things in the sport of lacrosse, such as camps and other things with young kids, and now I'm currently coaching a team here in Nashville, Tennessee, up the road. So now let's get into the specifics of lacrosse. So here we have a lacrosse stick. Pretty self-explanatory. There's only two parts of a lacrosse stick. You have the head and you have the shaft. The head is what catches the ball and what's the main use in the sport of lacrosse, and the shaft here is what you use when you're shooting and when you're passing. It's your direct thing. The next thing I'm going to teach is two different moves in lacrosse so you can get separation from you and your defender, and also a very essential part in lacrosse. So the very essential part in lacrosse is this move called the cradle. Now, I'm saying move because for beginners, it's more of a move. To people that have done the sport for a long time, it's more of a second nature, just like dribbling in basketball. Same thing here with cradling. What cradling does is allows the player to take the ball from any side of the field and transition it to the other side of the field without dropping it, and be able to maneuver around defenders and also keep the ball in his stick the entire time. So what cradling is pretty easy. You take your dominant hand, so for me that is my right hand. Put the stick in your right hand, put it about close to the head, about right there. Put your other hand, your left hand, down near the butt end of the stick, and then it's just like a curl, like you're lifting weights. This is all you're doing with your arm, and this hand kind of just sits here and guides and kind of protects you when you're going up and down the field. So it's just this motion right here. This is what the cradle is. The reason why players do this is because when you have a ball in there, if I'm just running down the field like this, or like just normal running, the ball is going to come out. But when I'm cradling, it's going to stay right here in my pocket and stick in my pocket, and so I can maneuver around defenders without having to worry about losing the ball. Even when defenders hit my stick, when they're trying to get it away from me, if I'm cradling well enough, it won't come out. The next thing I'm going to teach is an offensive move that you can use to get down the alley and be able to shoot. And that move is called the face dodge. Face dodge is a way to get separation from your defender, but still keeping the stick in your dominant hand. So for that, again, my dominant hand is my right, so I'll keep it in my right hand, and it's just kind of like a stutter step in football or in basketball. You kind of get going one way, get your defender to follow you, act like you're about to go to your other hand right here, get your defender to move, and then you come back and you go back to your right side. Again, that's just a simple move, just taking the stick across your face and coming back to the same side that you started. So it's just you're cradling, face dodge. The next dodge I will teach is called the split dodge. Pretty much the same thing as the face dodge, but instead of staying in your right hand, you're just going to switch hands, just like a crossover in basketball. So again, you want to get your defender going one way, and then you want to change directions on your defender and go the other way. So you push your defender down whatever side. So say I'm left-handed, I'm pushing my defender down the left-hand side of the field, and I want to go to my right side. So I'm going to stop, plant my foot, come back, and come back in. Again, that's just simple. Coming down the field, plant your foot, come down, come back up. Split dodge. So why did I choose the sport of lacrosse today to demonstrate? Well, like I said before, lacrosse is what helped me get through a lot of times in my life. When other sports weren't there in the springtime, for me, lacrosse was. And lacrosse was something that I could fall onto and understand the sport very well and be able to excel in that sport and excel to the point where it could even help me in college. The other thing I loved about lacrosse was the adversity. There's always something to get better at in lacrosse, and there's always something, even now being a 22-year-old, I can look back and be like, man, I wish I did that better, I did this better. But also being a 22-year-old and now as a coach, I can tell my players and say, hey, as a young player, I was not doing this, and I could excel my game if I started doing better split dodges, or if I took more time in preparing my shot when I was shooting, or preparing my dodge to be able to get myself free to shoot. The last thing that lacrosse taught me and that I loved, again, is something with adversity, but something that transitions into life. And that is, there's always something in lacrosse, and there's always going to be hard times. There's always going to be, you're going to be down one goal, and you need to come back, or you need to get a playoff so that you guys can win the game or that you can go into halftime with momentum. And it's just adversity is all throughout the sport. And just like in life, there's always going to be adversity that you need to overcome. So with that said, again, thank you for listening. Hope you have learned something today about the two different dodges and as well as cradling. Thank you and have a great day.